Namassarvebhyaka Sarvesham Hardam Swagatam. We'll start the class by chanting the Pratna Shlokas. Krishno Rakshaduman Chara Chara Guruhu Krishnan Namasyamyaham Krishnena Marasatravo Vinikataha Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha Krishna Deva Samudhitam Jagatidam Krishnasya Dasosmyaham Krishne Bhaktira Janjalasto Bhagavan He Krishna Tubhyan Namaka Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraika Panaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtatuhe Namaka Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagat Gurum Sarvesham Punaswagatam. So we'll continue with the chapter Shloka 14. We are trying to explain it, but we are finding it a bit involved. So I will just summarize it just once again. So in this Sarvata Pani Padan Tat. So Krishna is trying to step by step towards explaining Brahman. What is Brahman? So answering just 3 questions. So here in this, I think it was the other one that we were taking up. Yeah, this is not okay. Okay, whether yeah. Okay. We will continue with this. So, relationship with 3 aspects. That is the Brahman's relationship with the organs of awareness or organs of senses. That is Jnanendriyas. That is our ears and eyes and so on, and organs of action. That is legs, hands, etc. It's Brahman's relationship with these aspects. That is organs of senses and organs of actions. So the question is, can Brahman exist without the organs? Without these organs, eyes, ears, legs, hands, etc. Can Brahman exist without the organs? Yes, it can exist. It is devoid of the senses. It is irrespective of the senses. It is existing without that also. So through organs of action and senses, through organs, this Brahman expresses itself. Through organs of action and senses, Brahman expresses itself. But they can exist without these senses, but it expresses itself through these organs of these action and senses. So it can adopt to any form of expression, any form of organs it can adopt. That is, Brahman can adopt to any form of it. But it can exist without those organs also. The next question is, can organs of action and senses exist without Brahman? Can Brahman exist without organs of action and senses? It can exist. But can organs exist or action and senses exist without Brahman? No. So, because Brahman is a supporter of all these upadhis. I told in the upadhis we listed out, Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas are all listed out in the upadhis that we told about 24 upadhis, fields or kshetras. So in that it includes, so organs of action, they cannot exist without Brahman. So Brahman is the supporter of all these upadhis. So if they have to exist, Brahman has to be there. So water provides the existence of waves. So waves are existing because of water. So, but that way Brahman is always asaktam, detached, always detached, but it supports these upadhis. But third thing is, so how Brahman we place in the case of senses? What happens to senses? That is our Jnanendriyas. So how does it act in with the respect to senses? So there are 3 qualities in nature that we have seen much before itself. The 3 qualities in nature, and it exists in nature, means it exists in human beings also. Those are sattva, rajas, and tamas. So these qualities are also upadhis. They are also kshetras or fields because they are existing in Prakriti. So therefore, Brahman is nirgunam. It has no qualities. It has no gunas. But these are there in Prakriti. This Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, and therefore Brahman is not attached to these qualities. It's nirgunam. So when the senses play with their sense objects, so when our senses play with the sense objects, like our eyes see something beautiful, or our ears listen to some sounds, etc. The upadhis of Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. We have got our own vasanas, our own Sattva, Rajas, gunas, and outside the objects also have got such gunas. So when they come into contact, they are transformed into upadhis of joy, sorrow, and delusion, and so on. So seeing them, sometimes you are attracted, sometimes you are happiness, and sometimes you are saddened by those things. So these are all upadhis that transformed. These external objects will by seeing using our this thing senses, we see those objects, these being transformed into these qualities like happiness or sadness or comes. So the mind, when it participates in this process, because the eyes see something beautiful, and it transfers that knowledge to the mind, and the mind becomes happy. So the mind is participating in this process, becomes the experiencer. It experiences those joy or happiness on account of the presence of Brahman, because Brahman is there behind. It experiences those qualities like attractiveness or happiness or all this one. So in all the case above, B is always attached to the organs of action and senses, to their and also to the sense objects also. So all the three qualities, it is attached. Brahman is there behind the organs of senses, organs of action, and also in the three gunas that we said, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So, but when B takes on the upadhi of the organs, so B also has to support these things, support these eyes, ears, etc. So it is as though it moves. Is we see when we are attracted or something, we feel that it is moving. Brahman is moving like that. And also when it takes the upadhis of the three gunas, we feel as if we are saddened, we are happy, we are becoming joyful, etc. But these are, and it's as though it becomes the experiencer. You feel that Brahman is experiencing those, but it is a wrong notion. Brahman is not experiencing. It is a Prakriti that is experiencing. Brahman is not experiencing. But Brahman is behind all these things. So what Bhagavan says is, so in this sloka, Bhagavan says everything is the Sarvatah Panipadantat. Everywhere there is Brahman's legs, hands are there. Everywhere its face, everything is there. And everywhere the ears are there. So it is always spread out all over the locate, is fully spread. But again, he says in the next sloka, he says those hands and legs, etc., as upadhis, as just fields. They are not actually Brahman, they are upadhis. So if first says organs exist, and then he says they are upadhis. So like that, he is Bhagavan is trying to negate whatever he says in the first sloka. So that way he goes on, because he wants to establish that Brahman is there, and he wants to point out, but we cannot point out exactly what is Brahman. It is very difficult to see Brahman, of course, and also form a concept of Brahman. So that's what this sloka says. And here, Sarvatah Panipadantad, everywhere there are legs and hands everywhere, and there is everywhere ears, then eyes and faces and mouths, and everywhere ears are there. So loke sarvamavritya tishtati. The Brahman is spread everywhere. This is what Bhagavan says here. And the next sloka, he will say that they are all in the upadhi. When they come to actual organs of senses and actions, they become as upadhis. So we will continue with this. Yes. Sarvatah panipadantat.
Sapna Bhagini.
Sarvatah panipadantat. Sarvatah panipadantat.
Sarvatokshishiro mukham.
Sarvatokshishiro mukham. Sarvatokshishiro mukham.
Sarvatah shrutimaloke.
Sarvatah shrutimaloke. Sarvatah shrutimaloke.
Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Sarvamavritya tishtati. Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Anita Bhagini.
Sarvatah panipadantat.
Sarvata panipadam tat. Sarvata panipadam tat.
Sarvatokshishiro mukham.
Sarvatoshishiro mukham. Sarvatoshishiro mukham.
Sarvatah shrutimaloke.
Sarvate shrutimaloke. Sarvate shrutimaloke.
Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Sarvamamuvritya tishtati. Sarvamamuvritya tishtati.
Uttam.
Sarvata panipadam tat. Sarvatoshishiro mukham. Sarvata shrutimam loka. Sarvata mamvritya tishtati.
Uttam.
Rema Bhagini.
Sarvatah panipadantat. Sarvatokshishiro mukham.
Rema Shriram Bhagini.
Sarvatah panipadantat. Sarvatah panipadantat.
Sarvatokshishiro mukham.
Sarvatokshishiro mukham. Sarvatokshishiro mukham.
Sarvatah shrutimaloke. Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Sarvatah shrutimaloke. Sarvamavritya tishtati. Sarvatah shrutimaloke. Sarvamavritya tishtati.
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 Okay. Uttam. Anyway.
Thank you.
Nagamani Bhagini.
Sarvatah panipadantat. Sarvatokshishiro mukham. Sarvatah shrutimaloke. Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Sarvatah panipadantat. Sarvatokshishiro mukham. Sarvatah shrutimaloke. Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Uttam.
Dhanyawad Mahodaya.
Meenakshi Bhagini.
Sarvatah panipadantat. Sarvatokshishiro mukham. Sarvatah shrutimaloke. Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Sarvatah panipadantat. Sarvatokshishiro mukham. Sarvatah shrutimaloke. Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Uttam.
Lakshmi Kiran Bhagini. Okay.
Lakshmi
Kiran Bhagini.
We will go to the next one.
Yeah.
So we'll Sarvendriya Gunabhasam Sarvendriya Vivarjitam Asaktam Sarvabhrichaiva Gunam Gunabhoktricha. So we have explained this in this when I explained this, I've explained this also. So Bhagavan earlier in this sloka, Bhagavan said that it is everywhere Brahman is there, but he and it all there are many hands, legs, and all akshis, and all are there in the thing. Here Bhagavan says it is when it comes to organs of senses and actions, Brahman is only these are only upadhis. Earlier he said they are all existing. Now he says all these eyes, ears, etc. They are upadhis, and because Brahman is there below that. Brahman is existing. The underlying principle is Brahman is there. So though it is under all the senses, Brahman is there. It can exist. It has no. It can exist without all these upadhis also. It can exist without these upadhis also, and it is detached, asaktam, but at the same time it supports everything. It is detached but supports everything. And here nirgunam, it has no gunam. Rajas, sattva, rajas, tamas, it has no gunam, but it supports those things. Guna bhoktrija, it is the experiencer. It is enabling you to experience that. It has no gunas. It has no gunas, but it help you to experience that. So this is all confusing, contradictory things. This is how Bhagavan trying to explain Brahman, because we cannot form an idea of Brahman by these contradictory things. We'll continue with this.
Lakshmi Kiran Bhagini.
Sarvendriya guna bhasam.
सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं
Sarvendriya vivarjitam.
सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितं
Asaktam sarvabhrichaiva.
असक्तं सर्वभृच्छैव असक्तं सर्वभृच्छैव
Nirgunam guna bhoktricha.
निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च
Uttam.
Pushpa Bhagini.
Sarvendriya guna bhasam.
सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं
Sarvendriya vivarjitam.
सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितं
Asaktam sarvabhrichaiva.
असक्तं सर्वभृच्छैव असक्तं सर्वभृच्छैव
Nirgunam guna bhoktricha.
निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च
Guna bhoktricha.
गुणभोक्तृ च
Bhoktru.
भोक्तृ
Ah.
भोक्तृ च निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च
Uttam.
धन्यवाद
Golak Mahodaya.
In sarvendriya guna bhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam.
सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितं सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितम्
Asaktam sarvabhrichaiva nirgunam guna bhoktricha.
असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च
Uttam.
धन्यवाद सर
Ilavarasi Bhagini.
Sarvendriya guna bhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam. Asaktam sarvabhrichaiva nirgunam guna bhoktricha.
Vinoda Bhagini.
सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितं सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं sarvendriya vivarjitam
asaktam sarva prichaiva nirgunam guna bhoktrucha.
asaktam sarva bhruchaiva nirgunam guna bhoktrucha. Asaktam sarva bhruchaiva nirgunam guna bhoktrucha.
Uttam.
Anasuya Bhagini.
Sarvendriya guna bhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarva prichaiva nirgunam guna bhoktrucha.
सर्वेन्द्रिय गुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रिय विवर्जितं असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च.
Uttam.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
Lakshmi HS Bhagini.
सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितम् असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च.
Uttam. Once we go to next sloka. Bahirantascha bhutanam acharancharameva cha sukshmatvat tata vigneyam durastanchantike cha tat. So here Bhagavan is again trying to describe this contradictory things. Bhagavan is trying to tell further. Bhagavan is now giving some indicators of Brahman, how Brahman birth exists, how it exists like that. So we may start as Bhagavan goes on listing this existence of where we can search for Brahman. We must start looking for it with our eyes. But it is we must remind ourselves that we cannot see Brahman. It is not an object, and nor also we cannot find a concept. Oh, this is Brahman, that is Brahman. We cannot form any concept. And Bhagavan is using all these types of contradictions and paradoxes in explaining about Brahman. So first contradiction, Bhagavan says, Bahirantascha bhutanam, Bahihi antaha. So Brahman is present inside and outside of all inert and living beings. Bahirantascha bhutan. Bhagavan existing inside and outside all living and non-living beings. And this cautions us against conceptualizing that Bhagavan is limited to space. Bhagavan is there only inside and outside living beings. He is not there everywhere. That we think that Bhagavan is existing only inside and outside this bhutana or beings. So, and acharam charame vacha, that is moving and unmoving. But bhutanam is both acharam and charam. So that's why we said inert and living beings. Acharam charam. So it is available everywhere. But Brahman is available everywhere, not only in bhutanams, bahihi and anta. Brahman is everywhere there. So we should not get confused that Brahman is only there. Suppose because we are able to see only Brahman's presence only when there is a living being is there. When living being is moving, then we say Brahman is there, and we'll be concluding that Brahman is there only when something is living. When something is moving, only Brahman is there only. It's not like that. Brahman is there everywhere. So, and then second contradiction is Sukshmatva tadavigneyam. So Brahman is the Sukshmatvam, subtlest knowledge. That is the ultimate knowledge and beyond comprehension. Nobody can comprehend what is Brahman due to its subtle nature. That is Sukshmatvam. The subtle nature is very difficult to comprehend what is this. But this is only for those who have not purified their mind. Only for those who have not purified their mind, it is avijnayam. That is, it is not comprehensible. But for a purified mind, following systematic method of inquiry, it is always accessible. This is the contradiction. We think it is impossible to comprehend, but for a purified mind, with according to some systematic procedure, it is possible that it is accessible. And durastham, third condition is that for those who have inquired me systematically, it is readily available in the self, within. It is readily available in the in themselves. They themselves are, because Brahman is everywhere, means Brahman is there in them also. So those who have systematically inquired Brahman, what is Brahman, what is its nature, everything, those who inquired systematically, they will easily get to know that Brahman is within also. So for ignorant, it is far away. Durasthan chantike. So Shankaracharya says that you take millions of years for those people who are ignorant people to get to know what it is Brahman. So because of the upadhis of forms and names, it is veiling us, is putting a cover over it, and we are unable to see Brahman. So when we remove the upadhis of names and forms, when we remove them, we come to the self, I. Behind all forms and names, we come to see Brahman. So this is contradictory things. We think it is far away, Brahman is far away, impossible to comprehend Brahman, but at the same time, he is so near to us because he is within us, within all of us. Brahman is there, so he is so near, but he is so far away. So that's what this sort of contradictory things Bhagavan is telling here in this sloka. We'll continue.
Padma Vishwanathan Bhagini.
Bahirantascha bhutanam.
Bahirantascha bhutanam
Acharancharamevacha Sukshmatvat
tadavijneyam
Durastancantike chatat. Uttam.
Vatsala Bhagini.
Bahirantascha bhutanam.
Bahirantascha bhutanam
Acharancharamevacha Sukshmatvat tadavijneyam Durastancantike chatat. Uttam.
Rema Shri Ram Bhagini.
Bahirantascha bhutanam acharancharamevacha
Bahirantascha bhutanam acharancharamevacha Bahirantascha bhutanam acharancharamevacha
Sukshmatvat tadavijneyam Durastancantike chatat.
Sukshmatvat tadavijneyam Durastancantike chatat Sukshmatvat tadavijneyam Durastancantike chatat.
Uttam.
Bholap Mahodaya.
Bahirantascha bhutanam acharancharamevacha Sukshmatvat tadavijneyam Durastancantike chatat.
Bahirantascha bhutanam acharancharamevacha sukshmatvat tattvidneyam durasthancantike chatat.
Sukshmatvat tadavijneyam. Sukshmatvat
tadavidneyam.
Uttam.
Okay, sir.
Uttam.
May I chant once again?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Bahirantascha bhutanam acharancharamevacha sukshmatvat tadavidneyam durasthancantike tata.
Santike chatat.
दूरस्थं चान्तिके च तत्.
उत्तमं.
धन्यवादः.
Lakshmi HS Bhagini.
बहिरन्तश्च भूतानाम् अचरञ्चरमेव च सूक्ष्मत्वात् तदविज्ञेयम् दूरस्थं चान्तिके च तत्.
उत्तमं.
धन्यवाद.
Sapna Baldua Bhagini.
बहिरन्तश्च भूतानाम् अचरञ्चरमेव च सूक्ष्मत्वात् तद्विज्ञेयम् दूरस्थं चान्तिके च तत्.
Uttam. So we are again, we'll go to the next. Avibhaktancha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam bhuta bhartrucha tajneyam grasishnu prabhavishnu cha. So here Bhagavan says it is undivided. Avibhaktam, that is it is undivided. Yet it exists as though divided in all beings. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam. It exists as though divided in all beings. It is each being has got Brahman. So it is undivided only, but it is appearing as if it is divided into so many pieces, like in different objects or living beings. It is there, this Brahman, and Bhuta Bhartrija Tatnyeyam. So that is to be known. The Bhuta Bhartr means nourisher. Tatnyeyam, that is which is to be known. Nyayam is that which is to be known. Bhuta Bhartr, nourisher, which is to be known. Grasishnu Prabhavishnu cha. Grasishnu means devourer, that destroys everything. Grasishnu means is devourer. It swallows everything, or it destroys everything. Prabhavishnu cha, creator also. Is the creator also. All these are all descriptions of Brahman. So, so further Sri Krishna says how upadhis, these upadhis that looks like limiting conditions of Brahman distorts our understanding of Brahman. So he says it is undivided, it is unbroken, and it is continuous. It is continuous. That's what Bhagavan said earlier, that it is everywhere. It is there. But due to the effect of space, upadhi, or as upadhi, it appears B exists differently in various beings. We think Brahman exists only in different beings, different people. Brahman is existing. Brahman is not there outside of these bodies. We think like that. But Brahman exists everywhere. Just like we say in mobile phones, we get the signals. But the signal is available everywhere. But when the mobile phone is there we get signal. But it's there everywhere. If you move to that another place, it is there. Again, you get signal. So Brahman is there everywhere. But we think that Brahman is divided into so many pieces. But it is avibhaktam. It is undivided. So, body of a living entity serves as an upadhi. So when you say Brahman, or existence of Brahman, it's of body of a living body serves as an upadhi. We say that it is the expression of Brahman. Brahman is there everywhere. But when you see a living person, we say, oh, behind that there is Brahman is there. So it's an upadhi where we can feel the presence of Brahman. We feel the presence of Brahman in a living being. So it is just an upadhi only. That is, behind that Brahman is there. It just expresses itself as a living being. So here, so if there is only one continuous undivided Brahman, how can we account for all the creation, sustenance, and destruction of names, forms in the universe? So what happens if there is only continuous and undivided Brahman is there? How can we account for the creation and maintain sustenance and destruction of all names and forms? So here, Bhagavan ultimately says that Brahman provides the foundation for the life cycle. foundation for the life cycle, for birth, living and death, provide foundation for like that, just of the universe. So just like waves are created and sustained and dissolved into the ocean. So behind the waves, ocean is there. The expanse of water is there behind that. So waves are created and they are sustained and dissolved into the ocean. Similarly, beings are created, sustained, and dissolved into the Brahman. So Brahman provides existence to all names and forms in the universe. This is what Bhagavan said. He is the devourer. Grasishnu and Prabhavishnu is the creator. He is the creator. He is the devourer. Both are Bhartru. He is the nourisher. Tatnyeyam. So we should know. He is that is to be known. Tatnyeyam, that is to be known. That known that he is nourisher. He is devourer as well as the creator of beings. We'll continue.
Meenakshi Bhagini.
Avibhaktancha bhuteshu.
Meenakshi Ramurti Bhagini.
Avibhaktan cha bhuteshu. Avibhaktan cha bhuteshu.
Vibhaktamiva cha sthidam.
Vibhaktamiva cha sthitam. Vibhaktamiva cha sthitam.
Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam.
Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam. Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam.
Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha.
Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha. Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha.
So here there is a ditvam there. Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha. And here also vibhaktamiva cha sthidam. Like that.
Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha.
Uttam.
Anita Bhagini.
Avibhaktancha bhuteshu.
Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu.
Vibhaktamiva cha sthidam.
Vibhaktami cha sthitam. Vibhaktami cha sthitam.
Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam.
Bhuta bharta cha tajneyam. Bhuta bharta cha tejyeyam.
Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha.
Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha. Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha.
Uttam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Vinoda Bhagini.
Avibhaktancha bhuteshu. Vibhaktamiva cha sthidam.
Avibhaktancha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam. Avibhaktancha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam.
Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam. Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha.
Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam. Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha. Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam. Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha.
Uttam.
Then
Nagamani Bhagini.
Avibhaktancha bhuteshu. Vibhaktamiva cha sthidam.
Avibhaktancha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam. Avibhaktancha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam.
Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam. Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha.
Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam. Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha. Bhuta bhartru cha tajneyam. Grasishnu prabhavishnu cha.
Uttam. Well said.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
Anasuya Bhagini.
Avibhaktan cha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthidam bhuta bhartri cha tajneyam grasishnu prabha vishnu cha.
अविभक्तं च भूतेषु विभक्तमिव च स्थितं भूतभर्त्य च करेक्ट भूतभर्त्र च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च अविभक्तं च भूतेषु विभक्तमिव च स्थितं भूतभर्त्र च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च. धन्यवादः महोदय.
अविभक्तं च भूतेषु विभक्तमिव च स्थितं भूतभर्तृ च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च.
उत्तम.
Malini Bhagini.
अविभक्तं च भूतेषु विभक्तमिव च स्थितं भूतभर्तृ च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च.
ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च.
ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च. ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च.
If is not required because there is no visarga here. Grasishnu prabha vishnu cha.
Okay. Grasishnu prabha vishnu cha.
Uttam.
Supriya Bhagini.
Thank you.
अविभक्तं च भूतेषु विभक्तमिव च स्थितं भूतभर्तृ च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च. अविभक्तं च भूतेषु विभक्तमिव च स्थितं भूतभर्तृ च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च.
Grasishnu cha. Don't extend.
ग्रसिष्णु प्रभु विष्णु च.
Grasishnu prabha vishnu cha.
ग्रसिष्णु प्रभा विष्णु च.
Uttam. So here, continuing that. So Bhagavan says, if we cannot be, Brahman cannot be seen by senses, is it dark and empty? So Bhagavan is saying, Jyotishamapi tajyotihi. Jyotishamapi tajyotihi. Tamasaf paramuchyate. Tamasaf paramuchyate. Jnananyeyam jnanagamyam. Jnananyeyam jnanagamyam. Kriti sarvasya vishtitam. Kriti sarvasya vishtitam. So here, that is the light among all lights. Jyotisham vitajyoti. Brahman is the light even among all the lights. The light of lights. And it has been spoken of as beyond darkness. Tamasaf paramuchyate. It is beyond darkness. And it is knowledge, jnanam, jnayam, that which is to be known. Is knowledge, that which is to be, jnayam is that which is to be known, and jnanagamyam, and the goal of knowledge, jnanagamyam, kriti, especially, it especially resides in the hearts of all. Kriti sarvasya vishtitam. It exists in the heart of all. So previously, we said the sat or existence of we said existing of Brahman was highlighted. That we said it is it can exist without the senses, organs of senses and actions, and organs of senses and actions cannot exist to this. Both the existence related aspects we considered. Now in this, Bhagavan is telling about awareness. That is chit or awareness of the aspect is elaborated here. Awareness or sentience is that which makes an entity known to us. If we become aware of something, that thing is known to us. So Bhagavan says, Brahman is light among all lights. Here light means awareness to knowledge. not just light, it is awareness to knowledge. It's like in Vedas, you have got the awareness of the awareness to life itself. So here, like awareness to knowledge, that's in Vedas, and Brahman provides the power of awareness in all beings. Without Brahman, no awareness, no sentience. So Brahman provides that awareness, and just like light refers to knowledge, the word darkness refers to ignorance. Tamas of paramuchyate. That is, darkness refers to ignorance. By saying you came beyond darkness, tamas of paramuchyate. By saying Brahman is beyond ignorance. So Sri Krishna points out the uniqueness of awareness aspect of being, and awareness aspect of being. Earlier was it is the existence aspect. This is the awareness aspect. So when Bhagavan says that Brahman is beyond darkness, Bhagavan says, or beyond ignorance. Darkness means ignorance. So it says beyond uniqueness of awareness of aspect of Brahman. So suppose you take there is a dark room is there, and you take a lamp there, it is lighted. The room is lighted. So room is lighted and there is no darkness. So darkness is dispelled. Only light is there. So light and darkness cannot exist together. Either there is light or there is no light, there is darkness. But in the case of this Brahman, it is present in ignorant people also, as well as in realized people. Realized people means light. That means we have got light. They have been, they have realized the people who have realized the Brahman. So Brahman exists in them, and Brahman exists in people who are in dark, ignorant people who know knowledge about Brahman. Brahman exists in them also. So this is uniqueness of Brahman. So this unique ability of Brahman to ignorance is what we say is beyond darkness. Beyond darkness. So Brahman exists even in ignorant people as well as in realized people. So how can we, our antakarna, that is our antakarna means our intellect, your mind and your senses, etc., realize Brahman? How can we realize Brahman? So one provides a 3-step process. As we have seen already, we use jnanam, jnanam, jnayam, jnanagamyam. Jnanam to means knowledge indicated in the 20 attributes to reduce importance of upadhi. First of all, we have to remove all the upadhis from our awareness, from our thinking, everything. We have to remove the upadhis that we set up. 24 upadhis are there, and we talked about 20 attributes. That is amanitvam, adambitvam, then some 24 we listed in this Shlokas. So we have to follow that and remove all the upadhis. So that is jnanam, that is to reduce the input upadhis. As we study systematically scriptures under a teacher, Brahman comes to our awareness. Some scriptures we won't study under a teacher. After removing all the upadhis, we study scriptures. So jnayam, that is object of knowledge, comes to our this thing, awareness. And after constant contemplation and reflection and meditation, Brahman comes jnanagamyam, the goal of knowledge. It becomes the goal of knowledge where we are established in Brahman. Establishment. So one says preparation, study and reflection are enabled through intellect, referred to as Hridi here. So Hridi sarvasya visthidam. So it is in the heart of all beings, referred to the heart of all beings. So Brahman, the preparation, study and reflection are enabled through intellect. Through intellect, referred to as Hridi here. So only humans are capable of this process, all these processes, and to realize Brahman. So that's why we called human birth is very rare. That's why we called human birth. So this is what in this Bhagavan says. So I think that time is just to this thing. We will chant 1 or 2 times.
Varalakshmi Ramesh Bhagini.
Jyotishamaphi tajyotihi.
Jyotishamapi tajyotihi. Jyotishamapi tajyotihi.
Tamasah paramuchyate.
Tamasah paramuchyate. Tamasah paramuchyate.
Jnananyeyam jnanagamyam.
Jnananyeyam jnanagamyam. Jnananyeyam jnanagamyam.
Hrite sarvasya vishtitam.
Hridi sarvasya vishtitam. Hridi sarvasya vishtitam.
Uttam.
Thank you.
Padma Vishwanathan Bhagini.
Jyotishamapi tajyotihi. Tamasah paramuchyate.
ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते
Jnananyeyam jnanagamyam. Hriti sarvasya vishtitam.
ज्ञानज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं ज्ञानज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितम्
Uttam. Well chanted.
धन्यवाद
Anasuya Bhagini.
Jyotishamapi tajyotihi. Tamasah paramuchyate.
ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते
Jnananyeyam jnanagamyam. Hriti sarvasya vishtitam.
ज्ञानज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं ज्ञानज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितम्
Uttam.
धन्यवादः महोदय
Meenakshi Bhagini.
Jyotishamapi tajyotihi. Tamasah paramuchyate. Jnananyeyam jnanagamyam. Hriti sarvasya vishtitam.
ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितम्
Uttam. Well chanted.
Golap Mahodaya.
ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितम्
Uttam. Well chanted.
धन्यवाद
Rema Shriram Bhagini.
ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितम्
Uttamam. Dhanyavadah. We samapyamaha. We'll conclude with the Shanti mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhanyavadah. Punarmilamaka. Ram Ram Ram.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
Hariom Shri Guru